Okay, the purpose of this video here today is to show how to change the electronic ballast in the Dazor 2 and 3 tube shade. So Tom, go ahead and step us through.
Okay. Make sure your lamp is unplugged first. You take your two bulbs out, in this case, or three, whichever the case may be. Tools required, very simple. A Phillips screwdriver. I use a needle nose plier on occasion and a small screwdriver. You can either use a Phillips or I'm going to use my gun today. Take out the two on the end plate where the switch is at. When you do, you will see here the switch is attached with four wires. That's where I use the needle nose. Untake your 4 wires from there to undo your switch. From there, go ahead and undo the screw for your end plate or your receptacle plate and take it out.
And that's right in by the reflector?
Correct.
Okay.
There's one on each end.
Okay.
And this is why at times I do use a little screwdriver. It is a little bitty flathead screw. You can pull this out. Now your reflector will totally slide all the way out. Set it to the side. Your ballast plate now can come partially, but I would take the other screw off the other receptacle at the other end.
And what you're calling a receptacle plate is actually holding the lamp holders that hold the bulbs.
Correct.
And that is a bracket that's screwed directly into the extrusion, which is the shade itself.
Correct.
Okay.
Pull your ballast plate. You can reach down and unplug it, because that's really what you're after, is unplugging your ballast plate from your receptacle. There you can slide your ballast plate out. Once your wire turns taut like that, you do need to flip it over and undo your ground wire.
So that plate right there is the plate onto which the ballast is actually seated.
Correct.
Okay.
Take your grommet out, which takes all your power line out. Your ballast plate will then slide out. Take off your receptacles. That's your ballast plate.
Okay.
Now to install the thing, you basically do the same thing reversed. If you have your receptacle plates off, like this one here, you can go ahead and put it on now, or you can wait. It works both ways. Make sure your wires stay in the center of the chamber. Slide it in, slide your ballast plate in. Your connectors do go down. Now you do have to leave it out far enough to get your ground wire reconnected. And this is one of the things people do forget. Your ground wire does get connected right to the ballast plate. Put your grommet in where the slot hole. Leave your wires, your black and your white, out far enough. You can finish putting it in. As you go in though, you do want to make sure that you can plug in your receptacle plates. Make sure. Plug in your receptacle plate. Finish pushing it in. These wires for wire management do stay underneath. They are left extra long so that you can slide this plate out. Now at this time you can go ahead, because this one is tight, you can go ahead and put in your reflector again.
So there are channels that slides into?
Yes, sir. There are channels front and back. The one is the same channel as your ballast plate. The front is a little small channel, as you can see. It will slide in. You take your other one, take your other receptacle, wire management, so you do need to put the two wire connectors underneath your reflector. It does slide underneath your two tabs.
Okay.
Make sure your wire is above your center like that. Now you can put the end plate right on. To do that, you do want to plug in your switch. On your switch, there's two lines basically. Your colors need to be the same on each side. So both black would be on this side, both white on the other, or vice versa, but the colors need to match. If they do not match, your lamp will not work. As you can see, I have black and black, white and white.
Okay.
You can put your end plate back on at this time. I start the screws by hand. You can use either way you want to do it. They are pre-threaded. As you can see, these are threaded screws. Put it back down, pull your receptacle plate out, and you have to put the last screw back in. And you're done. Put your balls back in, and if everything was connected properly, it will light right up. If it doesn't, the very first thing to check is your switch. Make sure your wires are white and white, black and black.
Okay, so that shows how we can easily change the ballast and ballast plate within the Dazor 2 and 3 tube fixture.